this week's reading vlog, we are going to be reading a bunch of books. We are going to try to read a bunch of books on my TBR, but not of any of these books, but on my Kindle, or like ebooks, you know? Yeah, let's go ahead and read books on my TBR, but just ebooks. And when I mean ebooks, I'm not just going to be reading on my Kindle. I've been really into reading on my computer lately, and also probably on my iPad as well, because I have some books that I can't download on my Kindle. I can't figure out how to get it to my Kindle. But yeah, let's start this reading vlog. First book I already started, but it's called What It's Like in Words by Eliza Moss. I started this yesterday and I read to 102, so I'm gonna continue reading that, but I'm also going to start The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. I heard this book's really sad, and I just kind of want to read a sad book for some reason. Yeah, I don't feel like giving you a reason because I don't have one. I just like sad books. Hey vlog, so I want to give an update on my reading. Over the weekend I finished What It's Like in Words. Verbally abusive relationship, and the abuser was on the guy's end. It was not the easiest read. Okay, well here's the thing. I didn't really care for the writing too much, and I also just didn't see why the girl was so desperate to be with that guy she was with. I don't think I got that great of an explanation why she was just so desperate to be in that relationship. And I think from the reviews I read that the people who have been in that kind of relationship before resonated very, very well with this book. But because I haven't experienced it for myself, there wasn't enough detail for me to really understand and grasp why the main character was making those kind of choices. Really, really wanted to understand her. Also just didn't like her that much, so that didn't help. Yeah, but overall, I think the book did come full circle and it does have a good ending. I still don't know how I feel about it completely, so I'll still have to think about it. But anyways, I did finish that over the weekend, and now I am reading The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. The girl at 13 gets assaulted by her big brother's best friend, and she is coping with living with that, and she has decided to not tell anyone that happened to her, and this is basically the result of her keeping this secret. I'm on page 141, so that's about 37% in, and I will keep you updated and read more today. Hey vlog, I am 81% done with The Way I Used to Be, and let me tell you, this book is so sad. Like, I know I wanted a sad book to read, but this is sad in like I'm traumatized kind of way. Like, this book will haunt me for the rest of my days, kind of sad. Because what happened to her, to Eden, she is doing a lot of reckless things to kind of numb herself from that trauma. And the thing is she doesn't even realize that she is doing these things because of what happened to her, and because she's choosing to just ignore it and bury it under the rug. She is hooking up with a lot of random guys, and she is drinking excessively and doing all that to numb herself. And also at the same time, like, the more she has these like stories and situations that are also equally as traumatic, it pulls her away, farther and farther away from the original traumatic experience that she had when she was a kid. And you follow her through her whole high school journey that happened to her before high school started, and then you're following her through her whole high school journey right now. This is her senior year, where I'm at right now. She's had the same best friend, Mara. Mara is an amazing best friend. She's been with her for so much, but Edie is being way more reckless in front of Mara. So Mara is really seeing her, realizing that her behavior is very extreme, and she calls Edie out for that. But obviously, like, Edie's not willing to deal with it. She still hasn't told anybody really how she's feeling or what she's going through, so she reacts out of kind of defensiveness, and I feel like just anger. She's so angry, and you can really see that in her. She's mad at the world, she's mad at what happened, she's mad at herself. She hates that happened to her. Like, even when she like thinks back about what happened, she'll say that naive, that innocent girl, she talks almost badly about the fact that she was so naive and innocent. She tries to get away from that experience as much as possible. And there was this whole rumor that this girl started about her being like the school slut or whatever. And she says that she actually likes that. She likes that this person gave her another character to be than the like naive, innocent kid that she was before. And that's how she explains like her behavior. And when she's sober, she just has to be, she's like, I need a drink, like I need to smoke, I need something to like numb herself and to not feel so heavy about what she's going through. Right now, everything's kind of falling in her face. Everyone she's around, she pisses off. Everyone is mad at her right now. Mara recently cut ties with her friendship because she couldn't stand seeing her best friend having such drastic and reckless behavior. And now she's kind of dealing with the fact that she's truly alone, because before she had a foundation, she had friends that cared about her, and she was able to hide her feelings to an extent that didn't affect her friendships. And now that her friendships are affected, she's truly going about her situation by herself. And this is horrifying. It's a horrifying read, and you love the main character. You want to take care of her so much reading this. You just want her to be okay and just like tell somebody. Like, you know, like I feel like you just want her to tell somebody. And she has buried this secret so inside of her, and she is just completely destroying herself. And I can't do anything but read it and see what she does next. It's so sad. I mean, this book is so sad. And I'm really hoping these last 60 pages of the book, there's some kind of healing in her and she doesn't keep this secret anymore, because I feel like this secret is killing her, like eating her from the inside out. And yeah, it's a sad book, y'all. Like, really, if you read this book, just be prepared to just feel helpless and sad for this person. That is where I'm at with this book. I am excited to finish it soon so I can read something happier. Hey vlog, so I finished The Way I Used to Be yesterday, and I am so sad. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm okay. That book destroyed me. That was a really hard read for me. I am going to read something a lot lighter and far from sadness as I can possibly go. I am going to read Crush, which is the second book of the Crave series. I actually started a little bit while I was getting my nails done yesterday. I was just reading on my phone. Let's read that and hopefully I will feel a little better. I feel like be so careful with reading this book, because reading The Way I Used to Be, because it can be really triggering and bring up sad stuff. So yeah. Anyways, let's get back to this reading vlog. Reading Crush by Tracy Wolff, and all of her books, actually all the series books, are on Kindle Unlimited, so if you want to check them out, you can definitely look there. Hey, so I'm not gonna lie, it's been a couple weeks. I just got into the worst reading slump of all time, stopped reading for a little bit, and now I'm back. So time to close out this vlog, because yesterday I finally finished Crush by Tracy Wolff. I had a great time reading it, but it was a very long book. It was like 700 pages, so it definitely took me a minute to finish reading it. Yeah, first book I read on this vlog was What It's Like in Words by Eliza Moss, and that was about a toxic relationship or abusive relationship about this girl who was in a verbally abusive relationship. I gave that one 3 stars. Then I read The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith, which completely destroyed me. It was one of the saddest books I've ever read. Haunts me still. It's really hard to read. I think if you've ever been in even a fraction of what this character has been in, it will bring up a lot of those emotions and feelings. And I think that's what it did for me. I mean, it's a book that's like, will make you want to go back to therapy kind of book. It's really hard to read, and but I do want to say that the ending, there is some hope by the end, so I just want to give you that if you ever decide to read it. I gave that book 5 stars because that's what it deserves. And then lastly, I read Crush by Tracy Wolf, and I gave that book 3.5 stars. Alright, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!